Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are here at the Classy Cat Tiny today. I did look up maybe some possible issues with my saw from last week. My hat is crooked. But yeah, I did look up some possible issues with my saw last week, and I know the blade is brand new and the saw is brand new. Like everything's brand new, just out the box. So the only thing I can think is that it's not tightened enough. So I'm gonna try and tighten it and see if that helps, and hopefully, I can get these walls done and everything. Off camera, I did try to see how these two pieces that I plan on reusing will work for the walls right here, the edges of the walls with the 2x3s at the top, and it'll work. So I have to cut a new double plate for the top piece right here of the doorway. I forgot to get the brace or whatever for this wall, so it's still going to be loose. I'll probably get that tomorrow. And then after that, I may have to cut some new pieces for the doorway itself so that those fit in properly. And then I'll technically have my doorway back again. And then I'll have to bring the sander tomorrow too, so I can at least sand the door even on all sides, because it is a little bumpy looking at it right now from the side. And I do need to put wood filler in on the sides and everything, but I think I'll do that after I do the first sand. And then after I fill in any of the cracks with wood filler, I will hit it with a nice sand again just to make it smooth. And then we'll be able to hang a door, hopefully. Um, that's pretty much my plan for this weekend, and I hope I can make that work. So I will say that off camera, I was trying to get the trying to salvage some of the nicer wood off the door frame, the original door frame, so that I can reuse it. And so far, so good. I need to get the other hammer out of my car and see if that'll help with prying this off. But yeah. So I'm gonna continue trying to get these pieces off just so I can get that out of the way, and then I will try and tinker with my saw, and hopefully my saw works today, because I can't be held up on this project for much longer. So I think that's enough yapping. Let's get to it. Whew. Okay. So let's hope I can just knock these sort of off. I will say, by the way, uh, uh, I'm doing this, only one side is probably going to be usable. Well, not you know what I mean. Well, no, one side is going to be a little more marked up than the other. So the side that's showing is going to be the side that I show pretty much when I go to put this back up. But so far, we're getting some progress on getting these up. I think I mentioned in my previous video that I'm going to be reusing this as like a template piece for the most part, because there's way too many holes in it for me to think about using it for this right now. I think the only hard part is going to be screwing those pieces up. It shouldn't be too bad, and I might use those pieces to try and screw this piece in from like the side or something so that it's even. A little unconventional, maybe. Do I care? Kind of indifferent as long as it works. Oh yes! Finally! Alright, so one piece free, thank God. I'm gonna do the same with the other piece. In just a bit. I just wanted to make sure that I could actually get these off without totally destroying them. I'll get the nails out in just a sec, but I want to really try this saw to make sure that I'm not just wasting a whole bunch of time. So let me put this piece back over there, and then we will test the saw. And hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, the saw decides to work today, because I can't. Also, I think they might be tall enough for what I need to do, so I'll have to see. They are! How interesting. I might be able to reuse all of this wood. And this one's pretty straight, which I like. Okay, so let's put you over there. Now that I know you're all the same height, I gotta salvage this piece. But first, let's tighten up this saw. And I'll probably use a piece of scrap wood first to test out the saw, because I have some pieces that are just too short for what I need. And not to worry, the battery is not in here. I'm not crazy. I don't know how I can tighten this any more than it already is. Like, that's the problem. Like, I've already tightened it as tight as it'll go without being, I guess, too tight. And I tried going slower with the blade in case maybe I was pushing it too fast. I tried doing a little bit at a time. So I have absolutely no clue what would cause my saw to basically lock up like it has been. I don't think I need to sharpen a blade that I just got. I have my router in case I need to, but like all of these are still sharp. I know it. And I don't have to get a new blade because this blade specifically is for framing and trim and all of that. So I honestly don't know what it could be. So I'm going to take a piece of scrap wood again and test it out. And hopefully we can finish up some walls today. So let me get on that. Let me find the scrap wood though, because I have two pieces right here that I'm looking at that I could probably actually use for the top plates without immediately cutting into these, because I have the newer ones on the floor down here. And if the saw does not work out today, then I will sweep up a little bit and just start doing the caulking that I mentioned. Well, not caulking, but yeah, silicone caulking around the walls and whatnot, so that I can keep bugs out. I'm not worried about them right now because it is cold. As you guys can tell by my attire, it is cold today. I think the high was like 60 something or whatnot. That's cold for Georgia. Yeah, we had like a few freeze warnings, but it was like 30 when I got up today, so definitely cold. Let me just use the short piece since it won't be that big of a deal. Yep. Alright, let's go. Alrighty, we're out here on the porch. I decided to spare you guys the trouble of watching me struggle with the saw. It's kind of cutting like it was before, but at the same time it's not cutting at all. And that's really frustrating, so I'm just going to have to sit here and tweak with the saw some more. Or probably buy a jigsaw tomorrow and use that to cut the wood so that I can just get this done. Until I figure out what's going on with my saw. So I'm probably going to switch gears today, and instead of working on the wall, I'm just going to go about sealing up everything like I planned on doing beforehand, and try to get as much of that done today as possible. And we'll see how that goes. I actually got to check the time. Yeah. So we're going to do some sealing on the inside of the house. I'm going to look at the saw in my own time, and hopefully I can get it to work like it's supposed to, because it's honestly frustrating at this point. I need to get these walls done, and I definitely need to get my door done, because those are things I want to get done. So let's just head back inside for now, and I'll figure it out from there. Alrighty, back inside the main house. And I will say that my parents were here earlier, so it is later in the day, but I did take a break to just walk around the property with my mom. And I might actually take you guys out to see maybe the pond and the orchard that we were looking at. Really the orchard, because my mom and I had planted quite a few trees out there, and we were a little worried about how they would do out here with nobody to supervise them. So I will show you guys that in a bit. But for right now, I'm going to seal up the walls, pretty much any gaps I see or anything like that, or just the inner cells of the walls. I'm going to sweep up the dirt, dust, and whatnot out of those areas so that's not messing anything up. I should probably check that liquid nails, but I'll probably have to get another one because it's been a hot minute. So I got this siliconized acrylic caulking. It's crack resistant, easy water cleanup. It's for windows, doors, trim, and molding. So I think that'll work fine. It's good for indoor, outdoor use. Let me make sure I cut this right. That'll work. And I am not worried about this looking neat, per se. I just need it to sit in the cracks of the wall. So, I'm pretty much going to start in this front area of the house and whatnot, and go for what I know. I got to move some of this stuff, though, so that it's temporarily out of the way. And I'll get the back area behind the the armchair and stuff. I'll move those in a minute. So I'll get what's exposed right now first, and then I'll get the other stuff. I'm gonna need my stool. Okay. Also, I collected some sticks around the property that I thought looked pretty cool. I don't know if I'll use them for decor or anything like that. For right now, they're just cool sticks that kind of act as walking sticks. And that's about it. Alright. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm determined not to have another day where I'm not doing much in the tiny house. Like, I genuinely want to try and finish up as much as I can soonish, because I know when concrete is poured and everything, I will be busy framing out the start of the bonus room. So, let me move you guys down here first, because I'll hit the lower spots first. Alright, so up in these corners, I get a lot of dirt. You guys can't see it all too well, but there are cracks in the wall down here by the wall. So sealing that up will be of some benefit to me to keep things like ants and stuff out, and I think just sealing up the wall in general will help me out here. So let's go. I'm going to start from I should start from the top. I don't think it matters, but start from the bottom in here. Ooh, well, okay. All right. And I'm very much aware that it is white. They didn't have a clear one, and I just kind of figured that it wouldn't matter that much to have white caulking when, after I seal up the walls, I'm not going to see it. So, let me take this off. They're my headphones. I don't know why I kept them on. Okay. I actually think that looks pretty good. I just need the cracks sealed up. Not really too worried about appearance. I'm not going to be able to get in there, so I'll just have to take the excess off and wipe it in there. It's going to smell like nail polish remover for a hot minute. And that's okay. I'm probably going to open a window just in case, because I know I won't be able to tolerate this smell. All right. All right. And I think I'm doing pretty good for a first timer with anything on this. Let me get a napkin real quick though. I plan on being out of here by 3 or 4 maybe. I'm not sure. I might make it a short day because I came right out here like I always do, and I did not eat a dang thing. And I would kind of like lunch, so I'm probably going to do that today. We'll see. I actually have to be a little careful. There are just random nails sticking through the wall here, and those aren't bueno. I don't technically need to do this right here because I sealed it from the outside, but I figured it'd be best to try and hit up some of these holes because this was built with the intention of being a shed first, and that means there are a lot of gaps in my house. Therefore, I want to do as good of a job sealing it up as possible. Yeah. So probably get this top plate up along here when I get a chance. Got caught on a splinter? Oh, tits, I forgot about the splinter. Okay. These corners are very interesting to hit. I think they look good though, so I'll have to get that top section a little bit. I'm going to open up a window before I get lightheaded in here. And for spots that are too tight to caulk, I'm probably going to hit with some like small cans of spray foam, because let me turn y'all over. Okay, so for spots like these where I can't really get my caulk gun in, I'm going to be putting in some spray foam just to seal those up and whatnot, and hopefully that'll help keep anything out. So, ooh, also these inside cracks, because they're at a different angle than the normal walls, are kind of hard to get into, but I think I'm doing a decent job. So let me finish up down here in this area. I'll move y'all over. Finish up in this one cell, and then we will move on to the next, and I'll get as much of these done as I can in a short amount of time. fast this stuff dries. 60 minutes. 60 minutes of painting with latex paint, 24 hours if using oil-based paints. It needs a whole 24 hours before being exposed to water too, so that's interesting. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping if I don't like the smell, then the bugs won't either. Because boy, this is a strong smell. I should probably open up some more windows in a minute just in case so I don't get lightheaded or anything. Awesome. Okay. Those cracks are sealed up. I think I have more than enough to seal up all of the cracks I need today in the tiny house. At least I think. So let me get this area over here sort of. Probably these two small cells, and then I'll get the main wall by that window, and this back wall is probably going to wait till I come back, because if I'm looking at the time now, it's 2 o'clock now for me, so I'm very happy with the caulking so far. I'm pretty confident that it'll keep anything out that I don't want in. And I am still probably going to do either like rock wool or something like that for the tiny house, because the biggest thing with spray foam is it was supposed to be able to seal up the tiny house, but I feel like this is a cheaper option than getting the house closed cell or whatever spray foamed. I might still do like spray foam underneath the tiny house if I can get under there, just to seal it up before we get concrete poured. But other than that, I'm gonna continue sealing up all of these cracks. I think I have more than enough silicone to do it too. And then I'll probably call it a day. And like I said, I'll probably look into my saw, and I'll probably get a new blade and see if that'll help. I don't know. I doubt it, but I think if I get a finer blade, it'll be all right, and that might help it cut better. Because nothing else is wrong with it. It's just the blade getting caught on the material, from what I'm seeing, and I don't know how to remedy that really. So I'll get a new blade and see if that helps. And if that doesn't help, then I am still going to get a jigsaw at the same time, just to knock those two things out of the park. So, trying to think. Yeah, so let me finish up with the ceiling while I can. I'm probably only going to use this one tube right now. And depending on how much time I have, I'll cut open another one and use up as much of it as I can in the areas that I can, and go from there. I won't get the kitchen, well, I won't get this side of the kitchen, the wall toward the bonus room, but I will get that back wall, because I don't want to have to deal with ants. I also got to get the base of the walls, but I'll wait until I get I'll have to wait until I sweep that up first. So let me finish up with this tube. It's almost done anyways, and I will see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so I got pretty much most of the front sealed up, except for under that window over there and back behind the chairs and all that junk. I'll probably save that for tomorrow. I'm going to finish up right here so that I know this is done. I'm not going to open up another tube of caulking yet until tomorrow, because I know I'll be out here a little bit longer and whatnot, and I'll pack a lunch that time. I also need to get the bracing for that wall up there, and I need to write that down or make a reminder for myself or something so that I don't forget. And I think I'll do that when I go out to get the new blade for the saw. It is terrible lighting right here. 1 second. Alrighty. The lighting is interesting in the tiny house. So, I'm pretty happy with the ceiling up so far. I've seen some gaps where some spiders have tried to make a home, so I hope they don't mind the eviction notice. I'm really trying to seal up the walls that make contact with the outside siding, because since this is built like a shed, it's not built to be a house per se. We're looking at the back side of the siding, so I'm trying to seal up any gaps or cracks around those so that nothing can get in. And I'll probably seal at the bottom of the something stung me just now. But I'll seal at the bottom of the baseboards after I move everything away from the walls. So that'll probably have to wait for a bit too, and I'll probably have to get more of the acrylic caulking for that, so that I know I have enough to just go all the way around. Trying to think. So, I believe that's all the time I have for today. I'm going to go get myself a quick bite to eat and maybe chill out at the main homestead for a bit while I have a little bit of time. I am, once again, pet sitting this weekend, but I'm cat sitting for a friend, so it shouldn't be too bad. My hat stays crooked. So anyways, tomorrow, or next video really for y'all, I will finish up sealing up the cracks and crevices in the tiny house. That's going to be an interesting spot to get now that I'm looking at it, but it should be all right. But I'll finish up sealing up the tiny house. Any cracks I see and everything that might lead outside. I can't get up in the lofts or anything like that right now, and I won't bother because if I raise up the roof, then it'll be a continuation or whatnot. It'll be fine. But I'm also gonna get a new blade for the saw because everything else is fine with it. I'm going to get a brace for that so that I can just get it tight to this wall, no problem. And we'll hopefully be able to build a wall right here, a doorway anyways, and that should be stable. So, and I'll also get a jigsaw just in case the saw decides to continue to be sassy. Yeah, so that's all I have for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my art channel if you guys are interested in that. I'm going to be posting a tablet review very soon because I recently got a new tablet and I got to play around with it to really see how I like it, but so far I do like it. So expect that on my art channel eventually. Also check out my Patreon. I am updating it every 9th of the month. I update it for both my art and this content. It'll be a lot of behind the scenes content and whatnot, and maybe even some cooking videos, because I'm not sure if I'm going to put those up on this channel yet. But if that's something you guys would like to see, let me know. I might do a big baking video because it's kind of over now, but I do bake cheesecakes, and I might upload some cheesecake baking videos every once in a while whenever I get a whole bunch of orders or whatnot, or just feel like having cheesecake because it's my favorite cake. So yeah, that's all we have for today. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Until next time,